What is going on, Diablo 2 fans? Travincal here, and today's video is going to be a straightforward guide on how to improve your odds of finding high runes in Diablo 2 Resurrected. So I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to cover pretty much everything from the player's X command, how to manipulate it on single player, and how to sort of take advantage of it on Battle.net, a couple map finding techniques, and then specific target locations that are going to improve your odds of finding high runes. So I do hope you guys enjoy this video. Again, a quick reminder before I jump in, I just wanted to let you guys know that I do stream twice a week on Twitch. So if you enjoy this YouTube content, any follows over there on that platform would be very much appreciated. And of course, the link for my Twitch channel is in the description below. With that being said, let's just jump into it. The first thing that I want to talk about is the player's X command. So this is something that you can use and manipulate on single player, or you can take advantage of it on Battle.net. So if you want to change the player's difficulty in single player, you're just going to type in /players and then any number from 1 all the way through to 8. That will manually change the monster difficulty, which in certain cases it will reduce the no drop rate on specific monsters, effectively increasing the chances of them dropping an item, which could be a high rune. So you can do this whenever you want to on single player. Just type in /players and then pick a number. You cannot do this on Battle.net. It does it automatically for you. So if you're playing solo and then 3 people join your game, it will automatically increase the difficulty, reduce the no drop rate again on specific monsters. So the reason why I said specific monsters is because upping the player's difficulty, either manually on single player or by more people joining your group in Battle.net, only applies to specific monsters. So what monsters does this affect? Regular white mobs, so just a standard flare or whatever, that will increase the drop odds as you go up in player's difficulty, or endgame bosses like Mephisto, for example. The monsters that it does not improve the drop rate on is champion packs in level 85 areas, a mini boss pack. So a boss pack just refers to like the unique colored boss and his minions in a specific area location, or a super unique monster. And a super unique monster is a guy like Pendle, so he always has the same name and spawns in the same location regardless of any game that you make. You can change the player's difficulty to whatever setting you want to, or you can join an 8-man group on Battle.net. It will not improve the no drop rate chance of those monsters. So I just want to make that very clear. So now that we know how to use the player's X command in single player, take advantage of it, the first high rune farming location that I want to cover is Lower Kurast. This is mathematically the best way to get up to a jaw rune in single player, and I only recommend doing this in single player. So again, I know a lot of you guys play Battle.net, I will cover those locations as well, but for single player, Lower Kurast is definitely the best way to go. Now these chests, they can't actually drop up to a jaw rune, they can drop up to a burr rune, and then you can cube those 2 burr runes to make a jaw, and it is mathematically the best way to do it. Now you want to set your player's difficulty to 7, because this is going to maximize the chest drop, so definitely want to be on 7. And you're going to look for these super chests around the campfire in Lower Kurast. So here's your campfire. Here's all these circular torches around the campfire. You can roll up to 2 of these on a single map location. So you definitely want a better map than what I have, because this is just one campfire. So you want to look for 2 campfires on the same map close to the waypoint. So you might have to re-roll your maps a few times in single player. And you're going to pop these 2 super chests. And then this super chest here. If I don't have keys, you're going to want to carry keys with you, but you're just going to repeat these runs over and over again. Now, prior to D2R, it was fastest to go back to Act 4 and then teleport to Lower Kurast again using the waypoints, but because of the loading screens, I believe it's just fastest now to stay in Act 3, so we're going to do the same thing again. Lower Kurast, go back to that campfire. You're going to pop this chest, that chest, and that one's locked again. So again, you're going to want to have keys, but this is what you're going to do over and over and over again. It is super boring, but it is the best way to farm up to a jaw rune in single player. So the next location that I'm going to recommend farming is Travincal. This is a great spot for high runes. The council themselves can actually drop up to a cham rune, and they have elevated high rune drop odds, so it's definitely a great spot that works well for single player or Battle.net. If you're playing on single player, players 3 is the optimal setting. The only thing that you'll notice with these guys, it's a little bit challenging to keep your mercenary alive. So the setup that I recommend is Reaper's Toll, Kira's Guardian, and Guardian Angel. This setup gives 90% fire res, cannot be frozen, and life leech. So the mercenary literally will never die if you rock that setup. These guys can drop up to a cham rune for those that are curious. But again, it's pretty straightforward. and you're just running to Travincal, killing these guys, repeating over and over again. I'm doing this with a Frenzy Barb. It's not the optimal setup. This is a great spot. Tons of gold. You'll see jewelry drop, jewels, amulets, circlets, tons of charms. You're just going to do these runs over and over again. And again, the mercenary just died there, but that's going to happen when you're not running an optimal setup. Travincal is definitely a great location for farming high runes. So the next location that I recommend farming is the Secret Cal level. This is a great location for farming high runes sheerly because of monster density. The more monsters you kill, the better chance you get of dropping high runes. So if you're playing single player, player 7 is an optimal setting, but players 3 or 5 will work. If you're on BNet, again, solo runs work, but preferably more people will be better because you're going to be pumping up the drop rates of just regular white cows. Unfortunately, there's a lot of really good budget characters that can clear cows pretty efficiently. So Blizzard Sorceress with Insight Mercenary, Jabazon without Infinity works really well, Necromancer with Corpse Explosion, anything that has really good AoE will take out cows very quickly. So I'll just do a quick partial run here with the Jabazon. So I do have Infinity on this setup, just for the sake of the video, but it does work without Infinity. This is my single player port over save files. But again, the idea here for farming high runes is just clearing and killing mass amounts of monsters. That's going to increase your drop odds. Not really sure what my mercenary was doing there. But yeah, Secret Cow level is a great location, and it just works really well because of mass monster density. More monsters you kill, more chances you get of dropping items, and then those drops could potentially be high runes. So make sure you farm lots of the Secret Cow level. So the next location is the Countess. Now I'm going to be honest, I almost didn't include the Countess because this is a high rune farming guide, and she's not really a good location for anything above an Ist rune. So why is that? Let's quickly break down her 2 different drop tables. So the Countess has a unique rune drop table that drops up to an Ist rune, and then she also has her monster drop table, which could potentially drop up to a low rune, but though the odds of going past an Ist rune is very, very minuscule. So if you're trying to farm anything Ist rune or below, definitely the Countess is a great location. So I'm going to quickly cover a couple map finding techniques as we make our way to the Countess. This is single player, but does apply to BNet. And also, if you want to maximize your drop odds for keys, pumping up the player's difficulty pumping up the player's difficulty to 7 or playing in large groups on Battle.net will increase the chances of getting a key, but it decreases the chance of getting runes. And that's because that higher chance of dropping a key interferes with their special rune drop table. I just want to make that specifically clear that if you're trying to focus only on runes below an Ist rune, players 1 on single player or solo on Battle.net is the best chance for that. Now, in regards to some map finding techniques, the tower is always going to be located around the outskirts of the Black Marsh. Almost always. Sometimes it'll be around the outskirts of this center thing. Now, this is single player. And by the center thing, I just mean this center island. So if it's not around the outskirts, this outskirts of the map, it'll be around this inner island, around the outer portion of it. But that's the quick way and easy way of finding the tower. And then if you want to make your way down to the Countess, going always to the character's left will more often than not lead you to the next level. Now there is some exceptions where 3 rights will make a left, so you have to go 3 rights, and then it's kind of the exception to the rule. Almost always just teleporting to the character's left. Now this map has already been opened because it's single player again, but you would just teleport or run to the left like this. Just keep making your way to the left, keep going to the left, and then eventually you'll get to the next level. Just think like the Beyonce song, to the left, to the left. Just keep going to the left. And this is an example of a short one. Now, in normal difficulty, the Countess maps are a lot smaller. But that should help you guys find the Countess a little bit easier. Let's see what we get. Double Talrons. So again, the Countess, a great location for anything below an Ist rune. If you want to try and prioritize keys over runes, higher player's difficulty or a larger group will be optimal. Only focusing on runes, solo is your best bet. So the next location that I'm going to suggest, and I use the term location very loosely, is just any level 85 area that has good monster density that you can clear monsters at a pretty good pace and relatively comfortably. So Act 1 the Pits, Act 2 Ancient Tunnels, Act 4 Chaos Sanctuary, any location where there's a lot of monsters and you can clear them very quickly is going to be a good target for high runes. So if you're playing on single player, go that 3, 5, or 7, or if you're playing on Battle.net, try to play with a larger group. It's a great way to get high runes. It's kind of similar to the effect of the Cal level, except you're just doing it in a location other than the Cal level. That's all I really have for you guys. It's not really any kind of like super technique, but this is a great way to drop a lot of high runes, and I have dropped a ton this way, just mass monster farming. So just gonna run around with jabs on a little bit. Chaos Sanctuary, killing all these white mobs. Again, killing as many monsters as I can, as quickly as I can, on preferably a higher player difficulty setting. So if you want to join Sea Bales, running around in a group together, killing as many of these monsters as you can, is a great way to farm high runes. No secret about it. Just kill as many monsters as you possibly can. Another great method of farming runes is using the Chaos Seal Pop technique. This basically kind of follows the themes of mass monster killing again. We're basically using game mechanics to your advantage. The only thing that you need to be aware of with this trick, quote unquote, is that it does not apply your character MF to all the extra monsters that are killed. So how do you pull off this trick? I'm going to show you right now. It's pretty straightforward. You're going to want to kill all of the seal bosses and save one extra seal, either on Vizier or Infector. One of the two, it doesn't matter. So I'll pop this seal, quickly kill Infector, and leave that seal open. Go pop these two, kill Vizier. And there's Vizier. Immune to lightning. That's not good. Okay, so I'll have to rely on a mercenary. Use Chain Lightning. Get the mercenary to kill Vizier. Ooh, that was a close call. Always have these close calls in these videos. So then we'll kill Desace quickly. Okay, so there's Desace. So now that you've killed everything, you just want to quickly teleport past a bunch of mobs, go all the way out to the entrance, and then back in. You need to do this very quickly. You want to pop the last seal. So that's going to net you all of the kills in all of the Chaos Sanctuary that you went by. So again, if you're not out to the entranceway and back within, I think it's like 8 seconds, when you pop that last seal, you're not going to get all the extra monster kills, you're just going to get what's on the screen. Let's kill Diablo just for the sake of the video. Nothing. We did not get anything. But that is how you pull off a Chaos Seal Pop trick. So the last method that I'm going to recommend is targeting ghost packs. Now this is not my favorite way of farming high runes, but it's definitely an effective way. And it's, again, similar to the Council. Ghosts have an elevated chance of dropping high runes. So ghosts that you see in Chaos Sanctuary, the ghosts that I'm going to demonstrate in the Arcane Sanctuary, or even the ghost packs as you're making your way down to the Countess, they do have a higher chance of dropping a high rune compared to a regular monster. So if you do focus on them, it can be a good way to farm for high runes. And a cool note about ghosts is if you farm the Arcane Sanctuary, there's no lightning immunities here. So you can definitely farm with a budget lightning sorceress that doesn't have infinity, so it might be a good way to work your way up to infinity. The only downside is you want to make sure that you're killing these ghosts. They have to be on the path. If they're off the path, you won't get anything. So you have to kind of mess around with trying to line them all up and then kill them. So it's a reason why I'm not a big fan of farming the ghosts in the Arcane Sanctuary. It's definitely a viable option. And again, you can also target the ghosts in like the Countess Tower or the Act 4 Chaos Sanctuary. Definitely a viable method. So that basically wraps up today's video, guys. All of the areas that I would suggest target farming to try and improve your drop odds and chances of getting a high rune. Quick little note though here, I know someone is going to mention something in the comment section below. I do not recommend farming the Hellforge. It takes quite a while to rush characters up to get to the Hellforge and then potentially getting something garbage, and that can only actually drop up to a Gull rune. So some people do use this method, but I definitely don't recommend it, and it's clearly obviously going to be a Battle.net form of farming high runes. I don't recommend it though. Again, if you want to disagree with me in the comment section below, don't think it's worth your time, and I think you will have better chances focusing on something like Travincal, Chaos Sanctuary, the Ghosts, etc. Just going to be better bang for your buck. But that basically wraps up today's video, guys. Again, hopefully you enjoyed it, you found it useful and informative. If you did like it, if you could throw a like on this video, really appreciate it. Also, maybe consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I do post new weekly content, and any follows on Twitch would be amazing. Other than that, guys, hope you have a fan-frickin-tastic day, and I'll catch you on my next video or live stream. Peace out.